Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we're doing another Swiss Cube draft. Okay, we've got Mana Crypt, which is free ramp 2, which is indeed good, but I've seen Mana Crypt tear some people apart. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm not taking it. There's also Green Sun and Raphelos in here, which are two of my, if your main color's green, you want both of these cards. This is like utility, get anything relevant early or late in the game, and this one's like ramp a million by turn 3. Both of those are pretty sick, but they also put you in green right away. Whereas, as mentioned, Mana Crypt doesn't put you anything. But like I said, the problem with Mana Crypt is you better win fast, because if you don't win fast, Mana Crypt's going to tear you apart. That being said, I probably still take it. I think. I mean, not being devoted to a color first pick is certainly nice. All right, fine. I convinced myself. We'll do Mana Crypt. Follow-up pick. What do we got? Karn. Haven't got a chance to play him yet. That guy's awesome. Hey, I -3 him, and I get rid of my own Mana Crypt. There we go. Combo. I like it. Treachery. Pretty insanely strong. Thoughtseize is very good in this cube. I've found. I can take Karn. I mean, what's wrong with taking Karn? Nothing, really. Karn's insane. He comes out fast off a Mana Crypt. He leaves us still completely open, though at this point well, I was going to say I probably want to be in green, but that's not even true. I think we just slam a Karn happily. I think I want to tinker, so I have a good way to get rid of this Mana Crypt. We'll see if that happens. But yeah, let's take the Karn. Look at him, he's so big. Let's see here. Probably Sakura Tribe Elder, since I said I probably want to be green anyway. Through the Breach is cool. With like sneak attack or something. What do I get if I take Elder? I guess get some fixing, I get some ramp. I still can play board wipes, but board wipes with Mana Crypt, once again, seemingly dangerous. Impulse is a fine card. I guess we'll take the Elder. Blue-green, perhaps. Yeah, that could be what we're doing. Here's a Compulsive, which I love. Compulsive's going to be awesome with Mana Crypt. Turn 1 Compulsive off a Mana Crypt and a land. That's a lot of progression in one turn. Sneak Attack, very good card. If you're into jamming fatties, then yes, Sneak Attack is good. And I do like Sneak Attack a lot, but I love Compulsive. I've been playing this card a lot, and it's always been good. There's never a time where I'm playing Compulsive and I'm unhappy. So, let's take it. Okay, now we've got Garuk, Mr. Garrick, very good. There is also Yavimaya Coast, which gives us some fixing in blue-green. Nothing that ramps. Garrick's good card draw. Pretty green intensive, though. I mean, the earliest I could get down a Garrick is like, what, turn... Well, I guess turn 1 Sakura Tribe Elder. Sack it. Turn 2 Garrick, if I play another forest. Seems pretty good. It's pretty color intensive, though. But yeah, this card's good. Spits out dudes all day. It gets bigger. All right, let's take the Garrick over the Yavimaya Coast. Coast is some good fixing, but whatever. I haven't gotten a chance to play Garrick yet, so I kind of want to. Let's see here. Scalding Tarn for the potential if I end up with like Trop Island or something. Woodfall Primus is a pretty awesome dude. He's very big, but we've got some ramp. If we're playing Mana Crypt, we can definitely get away with playing some fatties. I think the Wall of Omens, Wall of Blossoms are fine cards in a vacuum, but they're actually a little bit less good. They're not like less good. I mean, they always cantrip, which is good, but the body is less relevant in this format. There's not a lot of aggro strategies from what I've found. A lot of people are just like, I'm going to play a mana rock. I'll play 2 more mana rocks. Okay, I'll play my 6-drop on turn 3. That's like what everybody seems to be doing in this format, which is fine. It makes sense, but it's certainly, I think we need this Primal Command. Not need it, but want it, because we got Mana Crypt, so 7 life is good. Memory Lapse is actually a fine card too, but nothing else in here is too crazy good, so let's slam the Primal Command. Okay, we've got a Nevinyrral's Disc, which I've still yet to play. It's a little bit slow for my taste. This is a kind of nice catch-all card, but a little bit clunky and unexciting. But then again, there's just really nothing in here that's super exciting. Bazaar of Baghdad is really only usable if you've got like a Reanimator strategy, or, I don't know, maybe Storm, and you just need to find a couple more cards. I'm not sure. But I guess we'll take Song of the Dryads. I mean, Disc takes care of more things. I guess I could do Disc. All right, I changed my mind. I haven't played Disc yet. We'll give it a chance. I mean, the main reason to take Disc is it does not destroy my own Planeswalkers, which is certainly good. Tabled Elspeth. Oh, that's just weird. It's also a Dismember. Colorless removal is very nice, especially in blue-green that just has a complete lack of it. One big, major, glaring issue with Dismember is does not do so well when you're hurting yourself with Mana Crypt as well. We only have 1 blue spell. Let's take the Elspeth. I love Elspeth. We'll go for maybe some sort of green-white Planeswalker rampy thinger. Windbrisk Heights. It's possible with Elspeth. Probably not super likely, but otherwise it's a Quarter Paladin, which I don't think I want. Let's set this in the side. All right. Through the Breach is... You know, Relic is actually a nice sideboard card to have against Reanimator, which rapidly became a popular archetype in this format. I mean, I always knew it was popular, but suddenly it got really good. I think we'll take the Crucible in the off chance that I find like a Strip Mine or Wasteland or something. Could be useful. Yawgmoth's Bargain. This card's actually pretty broken if used properly, but Caves might make sense as it opens us up for a Black Splash, but you can't find it off a Tri-Builder. All right, I'll take Caves. Not a lot of people jam the Yawgmoth's Bargain, but I think that card's actually really good. All right, and nobody's playing Burn. Could have been me, but people don't like watching that. It's okay. Actually, it's not a big deal. All right, so we're basically trying to find where we're at right now. We've got our end game. We just need a ramp now, so we are definitely trying to jam some ramp strategy here. We've got our card advantage in Compulsive and Garruk. And, I mean, Planeswalkers in general are typically card advantage. I think we got to slam the Mox Jet. Not many times I'm passing Moxen, even colorless ones in our deck. Free ramp, dude. That's all I got to say. The question is, when playing Holiday Cube, do you want to play a fair deck or do you want to play an unfair deck? And the answer should always be unfair. You do not want to be fair in this format at all. Smokestack, Crucible of Worlds, the old school vintage deck. Very good. I think we'll just take the Mox Jet. Let's see here. Currently only have 2 creatures. Oath of Druids. If I cut the Sakura Tri-Builder, then we're just sitting on a Woodfall Primus. Not the worst plan I've ever had, but I don't think that we're going to do it. I'm looking at Wall of Roots, which, considering we need triple green for these 2, is probably the pick over the Basalt Monolith. It's also Ancient Tomb. Pretty cool land, but once again, I think I'd rather have the Wall of Roots. Certainly more fair than Ancient Tomb, but then again, Ancient Tomb does more damage to us. Ancient Tomb Mana Crypt seems very, very abusive towards my own life total, so why don't we just go with the safer Wall of Roots. It's also a Signet, which is a nice little mana rock, but hey, when you're in green, I say jam green ramp. All right, we're not necessarily in white either, by the way. Could still, I mean, blue-green ramp is the better color combination, I think, but if white was open, I was going to jump into it because I do love a good Elspeth. But yeah, I think I'd rather be in blue-green just because I've found more success with it. And ramping plus card draw is pretty good. All right, well, here's Time Twister when we throw our entire deck out on the board. It's good to have. Thragtusk is pretty nice, but we just got past a Jite, which is the best equipment in the format. There, I said it. Actually, the best equipment in the game. I'll go that far. Jite is the best piece of equipment ever printed. Not even a bold statement. Not even close, as a matter of fact, since Jite doesn't even have to be equipped once it has charge counters on it to use them, which that in itself is kind of messed up that they made it that way. They screwed up, is basically what I'm trying to say. But we're going to take Jite pretty happily. That's definitely going to reward us for any one-drop ramp dudes we have. I like the Thragtusk a lot, too, actually. Big fan of that. I love gaining life. Harmonize is also good card draw, but hey, it's Jite. I'm not going to pass it. All right, Eternal Witness is very good. What else we got? Progenitus, if I knew I was going to get Natural Order, maybe. Search for Tomorrow is nice. Fixing plus ramp. I think we want the E-Witness because it brings back our fatties and is, ooh, man, Thragtusk, and we just got past the Reoccurring Nightmare. That's too bad. That's a real good ability set. I think we're definitely getting cut on blue, but we are getting pretty good green picks, which is, I think, all we're going to need. Let's take this E-Witness pretty happily and move on. Okay, Sylvan Library is very good, but here's our Draga Tree Speaker, which I think we want. There's also a Chrome Mox, which is fine, but if we're in green, a little less attracted to it. There's also a Savannah, which helps us play Elspeth, but I'd still rather have Tree Speaker because I'd like to go turn 1 Tree Speaker, turn 2 level up, play a Jite, turn 3 win game. Sylvan Library, also a good card. I like that. Let's take the Tree Speaker. All right, Gilded Lotus is a thing. Tooth and Nail, don't have a ton of stuff to abuse with that currently. I do love a good counterspell. You guys know me. This format, very good for counterspells. Tooth and Nail is pretty awesome. Currently don't really have super good creatures to abuse with it. We're more of like a planeswalker-y busted deck. Could take the Gilded Lotus. It's a pretty strong card, especially in a deck that could probably use a lot of mana. Crocus just bounce dudes, which isn't bad, but Wolfer Silverheart makes monsters, which is nice. I think I'm going to take the Gilded Lotus just because ramping 3 is pretty big. All right, Stomp Howler, I'm a big fan. Not really passing all that much. And Stomp Howler is a great utility spell, so, all right. Convince myself, we'll do it. Treetop Village seems pretty good. Kiora is another Planeswalker, fitting in with our little Planeswalker-y theme. Nothing else too crazy good in here. Treetop's not bad, but this seems like a deck where I'd rather just play rampers, so let's take the Kiora, which kind of ramps, but also does a couple other pretty busted things, so I like it. We do have the Smokestack. No, sort by, I don't know, color. There we go. We could play the Crucible Smokestack deck. It's pretty good. But is that what I want to do? Probably not. I think I'd rather get another ramper here, although Elves damages me, which does suck. Could actually take the... Well, I think I'd still like to be blue-green, despite blue clearly getting cut. We can pretty easily take a little Signet here. Another ramper. We have decent card draw already, so I don't mind playing blue just for some utility or card draw. I'm not sure if we're going to make this Elspeth work, which is okay. Harmonize comes back. Love it. This card's awesome. Who doesn't like drawing 3? None of these seem super interesting to me. I guess we'll take the Wildfire maybe. I don't think we're making that work, but it is a thing. All right, Savannah is a thing. Helps us play Elspeth if I want to go that direction. Splash blue, but we can't really splash white for Elspeth, but whatever. All right, we'll take a Tooth and Nail. Not currently super interested in it, but if I end up with some Eldrazi, perhaps. So this deck needs more creatures. We've got all the ramp and card draw. Now we just need the... Well, I guess we could use some more ramp. But could use some better fatties, perhaps. Hey! Oh, no. Time Walk and Primeval Titan in the same pack? Jeez. It's pretty tough to deny 2 mana, take an extra turn. Even when it is in the same pack as Primeval Titan. I can't deny Power 9. I've got a sickness for it. It does kind of... It can punish you with Mana Crypt. For sure. But yeah, I mean, Time Walk. Look at it. 2 mana, take an extra turn? Are you kidding me? How can I refuse? I cannot. Reclamation Sage, good value. Tamiyo is probably what I want. How about I just infinitely play Time Walk over and over again? Seems pretty filthy. Let's cut the Elspeth. I think at this point I'm just going to focus on green, blue. Although I technically could play Elspeth off of Gilded Lotus, but let's not go down that rabbit hole. Let's just take the Tamiyo pretty happily and resign ourselves to blue-green planeswalkers. Talrand, what's it work with? Anything? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not enough. Windswept Heath could make Elspeth work, but not really digging it. Is it Signet's another mana rock, which is nice, but not really digging that. Could take the Maze of Ith. Nice way to prevent damage to my planeswalkers. Kind of like that one. It's basically just a spell in the deck is the only issue with it, but that's not a terrible issue. I mean, it does kind of, to me, feel like a Maze of Ith deck. I want to keep my planeswalkers alive. I may just take Maze of Ith. I guess I will. I love this Elspeth. Wish that could make white work a little bit easier. Lotus Cobra, you know, it's a fine ramp card. Typically works a little bit better when you actually have some fetches, but I think we'll still take it because it does color fix us, which is valuable, so alright, I'll take it. Color fixes and ramps. Repeal is quite good. Genesis Wave is also good. Do I have enough ramp for it? I'm not sure. Currently I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ramps. Might be enough for Genesis Wave. Repeal is also quite good. This might be a Gen Wave deck, though. We have a lot of permanents. Getting Planeswalkers off Gen Wave seems good. Alright, there's enough upside to it. I'll take it. Alright, Sundering Titan might be something if we're looking to Tooth and Nail. Looks like there's not much else, to be honest. Winter Orb is probably good with all our ramp creatures, but not really digging it. I'd rather have the Titan. I kind of want another fatty creature to ramp into. Nothing super interesting for us here. Might just take the best card, which is, I don't know. I mean, Kira's a fine card, but it's not really the deck for it. I don't know. I'm not really impressed with any of these cards too much. Even Wrath of God's not that great against us. Maybe like an aggro card's good against us. I don't even know. I'm going to hate the card that comes down quickly. Alright, Academy Ruins currently brings back Jite, maybe. Well, not really digging it. Regrowth's not bad. I feel like we kind of already got that, though, with E-Witness. But then again, maybe I want it anyway. Scroll Rack's more... definitely better if I have Shuffle Effects, which I really only have Tribe Elder. And that's like it. So, not enough Shuffle Effects to make Scroll Rack good. I guess we can take Regrowth. Not super impressed with it. Wild Speaker's good. Alright, I think I just take Wild Speaker, and then we definitely resign ourselves to Rampiness. Time Spiral. Could take this. This is actually, it's playable in our deck because we have all the ramp. There's nothing else in this pack that's super interesting to me. I mean, Pattern of Rebirth's actually really cool with Sakura Tribe Elder. I haven't done that. To find Titan or Woodfall Promise. You know what? I'm gonna give Pattern of Rebirth a try. I haven't done it yet. It seems really good with Tribe Elder. Maybe Wall of Roots. The Abyss isn't great against us. We have Planeswalkers that spit dudes out. So Abyss doesn't do much. But then again, Talrand doesn't really do all that much either. Guess I'll take it anyway. Turnabout. Yeah, it's better with Storm, though. I saw Blood-Soaked Champion with Skull Clamp the other day. I was pretty impressed. I think Olivia could do a lot of work against us, maybe, because she flies and stuff. Still yet to see Olivia played in this. I'm going to take the Memory Jar. Well, I actually should take the Ancient Grudge, because I have Gruul Signet, but I don't have a red source, but it still is a good sideboard card to have. There's a lot of artifact-y decks in this format. All right, we got an okay deck, not the best. I think the problem with our deck is... What is the problem with our deck? Maybe there's no, like, huge problems with our deck, but I would have liked some more early ramp dudes, I guess. Both Mana Crypt and Moxjet. I think I'm going to play as lands. So that'll help alleviate some flood issues we may have. Since we do have a good amount of ramp. I mean, even if these do certainly count as ramp too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ramp effects. 9, I guess, Garrick. 10 with Gilded Lotus. Yeah, that's a lot. Our fatties maybe are a little bit less exciting. That could be a big issue. Our curve is pretty high, but that's to be expected. I think I'm cutting disc first and foremost because I don't really think we need it. It's kind of slow, which I don't like. And it busts all of our rampers, which I also don't like. But we are going to definitely do Gen Wave in here. Could see that being good if you ride it for like, what would we have to do? The money number is 8, which seems kind of realistic with it. 8, and we get to hit our 5 drops, which are, I guess, Garrick, Tameo, Stomp Howler. Well, not the best. Maybe Gen Wave's a little less good for that matter, for that reason. I could see that. I mean, hitting our Planeswalkers off of Gen Wave is good, but the problem is I don't know how consistently we're going to be able to hit them at 8 mana. And if you're paying 8 mana, I think you want to consistently hit your stuff. So the fact that I'm not feeling confident with that makes me not want to play Gen Wave. We have more than enough card draw, like I said. Very good for that. Compulsive, Harmonize, Garrick. Even Primal Command is finding our stuff, so that's good news. We really only need to make like 2 more cuts. I'm not counting Mazavith as a land. It's going to be a spell in our deck. So 2 more cuts, and then we'll play 16 lands and be good. So what shall be the cuts? Gruul Signet is literally just a mana rock, but I kind of feel like I don't want to cut my mana rocks in this deck. Time Walk with Planeswalkers is just absurd. And Time Walk with Tameo is just not fair. Certainly not fair. Pattern of Rebirth. Let me think about this. So like I said, it works well with Tri-Builder. I guess it doesn't work that well with anything else, does it? Maybe it's just not good enough. It is a cute card, though. It's certainly a cute card. I definitely want to keep my Stomp Howler. This guy's a beast, literally, in this deck, which I like. I think we can cut Regrowth, actually. I don't need that. Regrowth's not bad, but we already have E-Witness, which is the better version of it, in my opinion. Okay, so I think I'm going to run it like this. What are our main ways to win? I guess Planeswalkers can win. Woodfall, Sundering Titan are decent. So we have like some catch-alls. We have some land destruction. We've got a little GT action, which is good with some dudes. Not even good, just amazing, I should say. We don't look super quick, which could be a problem with this Mana Crypt. Like I said, Mana Crypt tends to kill you if you don't kill your opponent relatively fast. But we do have life gain in GT and Primal Command, which is a nice way to offset that. And I can Stomp Howler my own Mana Crypt if it really comes to that. All right, this deck's pretty good, I think. It's not amazing, but it's not bad either. All right, so we're definitely more green than blue, which makes sense. 8 ramp effects. These are our mana rocks. We need to make sure we have enough green, but we need double blue for Tamiyo as well. So they say 12-4. I'm not sure if I need maybe 10-6. Can I still make 10-6 work? Or is that actually too greedy? It's 11 with the Signet. I do want to hit my turn 1. I guess we can, all right, we can probably get away with 11-5 because then the Tri-Builder counts as like a 6 island, and Cobra can get us islands. So we at least have like 7 ways to get blue, and we only have 4 blue spells. Yeah, that you know what, that'll work. This deck, not sure how good it is exactly, but it seems okay. At least we have some ways to win. Could be better. Is Gilded Lotus necessary in here? You know, maybe not. Do I have something better, though? Tooth and Nail can really only get Primus and Sundering Titan that I care about, and that's not quite enough for me. Otherwise, yeah, I'm doing the Gen Wave instead of a Gilded Lotus. Not sure how good that is. As much as I like Gilded Lotus, I'm not sure this is a deck that needs it. Once we've gotten our ramp on, I'm not sure we don't have big rewards for Gilded Lotus, I think, is the issue. So I'd kind of like to cut that, and if I'm cutting that, I probably either do Gen Wave or Pattern of Rebirth. But the whole point of running Gen Wave is, if I'm running Gilded Lotus, then I definitely want Gen Wave, but I kind of don't want both, to be honest, in my deck. So I could take the Pattern of Rebirth, but it seems difficult to use effectively. Huh. Is there any way I can make Gilded Lotus and Gen Wave work in here? I have to cut something if I want to do that. Because I could see doing Gilded Lotus and Gen Wave, but like I said, it's both or none is really how I'm looking at this. Sheesh, I don't know. That's tough. I guess a Signet, maybe. It is a ramp effect, but not the most exciting one. Jeez. Jeez. Yeesh. I don't know. I did kind of want to try Pattern of Rebirth. For the combo with Sakura Tri-Builder. I do want to make Gilded Lotus Gen Wave work in here. How do I do that? I really don't know. I honestly don't know. I have to cut something. I'm kind of tempted to cut the Signet because it's like a colorless Mana Rock. It is ramp, but not the best one. I guess the same argument for Elves, but Elves is much better because of Jite. I might cut the Signet here, guys. See, the Signet still helps with Gen Wave 2, though. I don't know. I'm having a hard time. I guess I'll cut the Signet. All right, I'm running it like this. We shall see you round 1.